What's interesting, though, is it seems that President Trump is really acting on his own, what he believes are American national security interests in this situation. He's not really listening to the Chinese, to the Japanese. In the calls this morning, both foreign leaders, Abe and President Xi, advised him to really try and not escalate the pressure here. He's going ahead and doing that anyway, launching new military exercises off the Korean Peninsula. He's not really listening to what they're telling him here. He's doing what he thinks is in American national security interests, and that's really a bold move.
Well, and yesterday, Senator Marco Rubio, Republican out of Florida, said essentially at this point there are no good options. If we believe that North Korea is moving ahead with the nuclear missiles, with the long-range missile tests, here's a bit more of what he said about the situation and going beyond North Korea.
There are literally people starving to death in North Korea. That government is putting virtually every dollar they have left over into the development of these long-range missiles. And so ultimately, if they want a long-range missile and continue unabated, and we do nothing about it, they will acquire that capability. They potentially have some of that capability now. And by the way, it's one of my big concerns about Iran as well. They will follow the same track.
So how we handle North Korea, again, a message to Iran as well as they continue down the same path?
Yeah, and also the linchpin here is really, with North Korea and the United States, is China. We're not going to negotiate anything with the North Koreans that does not involve a path through the Chinese government. And the problem here, the reason why President Trump is frustrated and Americans are frustrated by what seems to be China's sort of lackadaisical approach to North Korea nuclearizing is that they share some of our interests, and then on other issues they don't. So, for example, North Korea having a nuclear weapons capability presents a much graver threat to the United States, to Japan, to South Korea than it does to the Chinese, because they're the sort of firewall between North Korea and the rest of the world. They have vested interests in keeping the national economy propped up, stable, keeping it floating. They'd rather see a North Korea with a nuclear weapon that's financially viable than one that is seeing the state economy collapse and refugees and all kinds of difficulties there. So it's important to kind of hedge those. I think President Trump is coming up between a wall and a hard place and is really understanding that fully for the first time. You know, he's only been president a couple of months. Seems he's learning the hard truths now.